The name's Dad, the Ball Dad. Today, we're going to talk about martinis. Shaken, not stirred. Thanks a lot. And all other really bad impersonations of Sean Connery. Bar Dad folks, hey, welcome to Adulting at the Bar. Today, everything you've ever wanted to know about martinis, but were afraid to ask. Pull up a chair, and we'll chat about it.
It's the Bar Dad.
I don't know if that's good or not.
Oh, that's good.
That I know that much about martinis. I mean,
That's why I hired you. You're skilled labor, right? All right, folks. Hey, first of all, this is our first live studio audience for the Bar Dad taping. So, audience, round of applause. All right. So, our special guest today, I was thinking to myself, who do I know that knows a lot about and drinks a ton of martinis? And the first person to come to mind, Jessie.
how you doing?
How are you, my friend?
Great. How you doing?
I'm glad you're here, man. Because when I think of martinis, I think of James Bond, and then I think of you.
I'm glad I'm in there.
It's a good spot to be.
Right under James Bond.
Right. So we're going to talk about martinis. And every time I talk to you, where are you, Jessie? I'm at the pool playing guitar, drinking a martini. Like, constantly, right? So
Exactly.
why do you like martinis?
It's a classic drink.
What do you mean by that?
It's an American drink.
It's American?
It is originated.
Wait. It's an Italian named drink.
Yep.
That is made famous by a British guy.
Correct.
And it was made in the United States?
Correct.
Where?
California.
Really? Well, some good came out of California. See? There I go ripping on California again. So tell me the story.
Well, basically, martini started out where back then in the 1800s they would drink mostly vermouth.
That's this stuff right here.
That's that stuff right there.
Okay.
And believe it or not, it was mostly sweet vermouth. So they would mix sweet vermouth with bitters, sugar, and a little water.
But it's like and turpentine because they thought that was really good.
They thought that was good too.
Yeah,
Correct.
you know, or mercury. Add a little
Medicinal.
mercury.
Supposedly, these are all legends. Nobody has the real exact. There's several different stories. One of them said that one of the gold miners came into a bar. He did really well, and he wanted a champagne, and they didn't have any. So they took this original concoction and they added gin to it. And they asked him. They said, "Oh, this is great. What's the name of it?" And the guy looked at the bottle and said, "Martini."
You know, one of the most fascinating parts of that story is a gold miner wanted champagne.
Correct. Back then.
So what is vermouth?
Vermouth is it's a type of wine, but it's not something I would drink by the glass.
It smells like shite.
Tastes like that too.
Okay. So they would drink this with sugar and stuff in it?
Yes.
Because this is alcoholic.
Correct.
Right? This is booze.
Yep.
Okay. And this is the sweet stuff. Do they add sugar to this? Or is this the type of grape? Is it made from a grape?
Yes. They would take this and they would actually, like I said, this would be the sweet vermouth, a little bit of water, which basically came from a little ice, and then they would add bitters to it,
Okay.
orange bitters typically, and then lime.
So that's what the original stuff
That's
was, right?
what the original stuff was.
And why does this dry, and this is clear and this is red, I don't know if you can see that online.
Yep.
And this is dry. Why makes this dry and that's sweet?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea how they do that.
Your honesty is refreshing. Okay, this doesn't smell as horrible as that does,
Right.
but it's still kind of like a wet pair of socks. And people, Bar Dad, disclosure here, I've never actually had a dry martini.
Really?
No,
Well, this will be a first.
amongst many. Or a sweet, or with sweet, right?
Right.
My martinis are dirty, like 1990s Christina Aguilera dirty.
Well, the nice thing is,
Salty. Yeah. So I'm really anxious to try some of the stuff that you got talking about today.
well, the nice thing, martinis have come a long way now. Most people do not do a sweet martini. So a martini, if they call it a dry martini, which is kind of funny now, it used to be a dry martini would be dry vermouth. Nowadays, dry martini is very little vermouth.
Just kissed
Just
with
a
the
little,
like straight vodka with it.
yeah, just a hint of it.
So you mentioned that there are two kinds of dry martinis. We have gin, or two kinds of martinis, right?
Yes.
Gin, and then
Vodka.
vodka.
Originally, Martini was gin.
Because
That's what they had. That's what they used. Vodka came along much later.
imagine if they actually had champagne,
But this would never be here.
we would never. All right, so which one do you prefer? Like all the stuff we talked about, dry martinis, sweet martinis, dirties, what do you prefer?
I like the gin martini.
Okay, dry or just a kiss, just a hint of
I like a dry martini. I like to do it with a little lemon twist.
a lemon twist. Okay, we're gonna do that today.
Okay.
And there's also sorts of accoutrement you can put in there, right?
Exactly.
You've got my favorite, which is the
Olives,
olives, right? What else can you put in a martini?
a lime twist, a lemon twist. Depending on the gin you have or the vodka, you could even do grapefruit,
Really?
a little grapefruit twist.
Okay. And
Some people do a pearl
onions?
onion. Onions, a pearl onion.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of times they'll do that with the vodka.
Why?
Maybe because this is so smooth, I have no idea. I'm not a pearl onion fan.
Audience, do you have onions in your martinis? No? No. Okay.
No.
We will not be using onions on this show. Not that there's anything wrong with it. All right, Jesse. So we're going to make the quote-unquote original martini, right? And if you've ever like watched television shows where they make food from like the 1800s, like we're having duck liver with, goose grease, pate on top of it with lima beans, and you're like, ugh.
Who would do that?
Who would do it? So have you had this before?
I have never had this.
So we're making this for the 1st time.
We're gonna try it.
This is like drinking history.
See what it was. See what they were really experiencing.
I'm nervous. Are you nervous?
Absolutely.
Okay, so can you walk through what we're going to be experimenting with here today?
We are. We're going to make the original martini, which was with sweet vermouth.
Sweet vermouth.
So it'll be a 50-50 vermouth and gin. And then
St. Augustine gin, my favorite. That was kind of, I'm like a marketing. Anyway, yes?
and then a little bit of orange bitters.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a lime twist.
Okay, talk us through it. Let's watch. So the Bar Dad audience can't read your mind, so make sure you're talking.
We're going to do the
You
sweet
really
vermouth.
don't want to. It's really scary.
We're going to do one of the sweet vermouth. Put that over there. And one of the gin,
Equal parts.
equal parts.
Okay.
And then some orange bitters. And a little lime twist.
You want to espresso your lemon?
A little twist. Then, of course,
All right, now.
we're stirring.
Okay. So I have to ask,
Yes.
take them not dead, right? So anytime I see a martini made in a bar or a club, they go. But you're stirring.
Correct.
What's the difference, and why is there a difference?
Shaken was created by James Bond out of that movie.
Seriously?
Prior to that, everything else was stirred.
So anytime you wanted a martini, it was stirred.
It was stirred.
So shaken, not stirred.
The only
Thanks,
cocktails
Sean.
that were shaken were anything that had juices in them and different things like that.
That's right, because you want to infuse the liquor
Correct.
with the juices, right?
Aromatic drinks,
Right.
you just want to stir them. But James Bond, he's got to be different.
All right, so we're having a stirred martini.
Stirred
Right?
martini.
Ian
Correct.
Fleming is rolling in his grave. We're espressing a little lemon oils in there. All right.
Be the first.
Be the first. Did you have your COVID test?
I have.
Okay.
I
it
didn't
come
get the
back?
results
I
yet.
was just- So, Bar Dad, we always sniff. Okay, so it actually smells, the citrus from the lemon is just very
Right
forward,
there.
right? So it's very refreshing smelling. You don't really pick up anything else. Maybe a little bit of the fruity edge of the sweet vermouth. Salute. Cheers.
Salute.
Well, damn if that doesn't suck.
It wouldn't. I wouldn't think it would taste good.
No, I mean, it doesn't suck.
Mm. It's almost like a
Like an old fashioned.
gin version of a Manhattan.
or an old fashioned or a Manhattan,
Or
right?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
does it surprise? That's good.
I'm surprised. Yeah, very good.
That's actually very good. I would probably do maybe 3/4 of the vermouth,
Correct.
and a full ounce of the gin. But that's fantastic. All right, Jesse. So we just enjoyed the original legendary martini, and now we're going to go into the classic dry gin martini.
Correct.
Right? So talk what's going on with this one.
Now, in reality, the dry martini is because it was used with dry vermouth. So I think what we'll do is we'll make what they call a dry martini. But today's version of dry martini is, like we said, just a kiss of vermouth. But we're going to actually make it the way
Okay.
it's supposed
Classic.
to be.
Okay.
Classic.
See what we got.
Okay.
And by the way, what gin are you using?
St. Augustine gin.
St. Augustine gin.
We forgot our ice.
We forgot our ice. All right. Okay.
I'll leave that over there with you.
Thank you.
Then we go to the dry vermouth.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Then it's dry. We'll shake one later.
He's shaking to himself. Very great. We could do a shaking. Now, this also requires these things, right?
Yep.
Olive, my favorite.
So we have to have 3. You can't have an even number. 3 in the glass.
Oh, in the glass. Okay.
Yeah, 3 of them in the
Right.
glass.
Yeah. Now that there is a thing of beauty.
That's a classic.
Look at that beautiful classic martini. Ooh. Okay. So the dry vermouth definitely has a citrus kind of little hint to it, just very faint, right?
Right. And it tones down the gin just
Well,
a little bit.
And I also get the heavy Jupiter from the St. Augustine gin. Go spill the martini. Never had a dry gin martini before.
There you go.
Very good. It's actually very refreshing. It's good.
Very good.
That's very good.
It's one of my favorites.
Now, I would probably, for this, would opt with the twist. Because
Instead of the olive.
Instead of the olive. I'll save the olive for my Christina Aguilera
There you
martini. Because I think the oil espresso would bring out the citrus notes of the gin.
We can do one.
Well, that's on the post episode of the Bar Dad. That's maybe on the blooper reel by the time we get to those martinis. Okay.
Espresso martini.
Espresso martinis. Chocotini? So, all right.
I do like an espresso martini though.
Is it let me ask you a question. Like apple teenies. It's only called a martini because it's in the martini glass?
No, actually it's the ingredients that go into it. They either use vodka or they use gin. And the different mixers that are going in there are not typically juices. They're more of a flavored vodka. Therefore, it becomes a martini. And that's a nice thing about a martini. You can order any kind of martini you want.
So we could do a salted caramel vodka-tini.
Yes, you could.
We got to vote down there. That'll be in the after episode. Maybe drizzle a little chocolate in there and just pour the salted caramel.
Yeah.
That's a teeny.
What you do is take the frosted glass
Yeah.
and get the chocolate and drizzle it around the frosted glass, and then make the martini and pour it in there. And that
So,
would be delicious.
Important question. What came first, the martini or the martini glass?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
Somebody
Things
needs
on the
to-
Bar Dad that make you go,
Somebody who knows out there, let us know.
would you like an olive?
I would. I was hoping you were going to share.
I'll share. All right, so by the way, I was just told that by the studio audience that when I'm eating an olive, I sound more like Sean Connery than I do my Sean Connery impersonation.
I think they're right.
That was just an excuse to have another olive.
I understand.
I'm hungry.
Glad somebody brought food.
All right, now we're gonna make my favorite.
Your favorite.
My favorite martini. And I called it the 1990s Christina Aguilera Dirty Martini.
Well, and because it's your favorite, we're going to do it your favorite way. We're going to shake it instead of stir.
That's cool. So we're going to use some vodka. Vodka. Not from St. Augustine, by the way. Sorry guys. We're gonna. So you suggest how many ounces we're gonna put in there for this?
We're gonna do 2 ounces.
2 ounces. All right, go ahead and pour that.
And we're gonna do a dirty martini.
Yes. Now, dirty martinis are made with olive juice, and I just actually happen to have some olive juice from some queen olives and also some jalapeno stuffed olives. So it's got a little bit of a spice bite to it. So let's go ahead and put it.
We still need vermouth.
We still need room? No?
A poquito.
Look.
A little bit.
What? I thought you said you want to make this the way I want to make it.
Gotta have a little. Just a little. Trust me.
Yeah. Not the first time you told me that.
No, it's not.
All the ladies out there going, yeah. Put vermouth in my Christina Aguilera dirty martini?
It'll help it.
You've never had my Christina Aguilera. How do you know it's going to help it? I need a little more pickle juice in there.
You want a little more?
Or olive juice, yeah. A little more.
You could do pickle juice too, you know.
That's like 2010 Christina Aguilera. I need 1990.
There we go.
Okay, that's
there we go. Just for you.
All right, you gonna shake it for me?
And we're gonna shake.
Where's Bob the strainer? Bob Strainer?
We're gonna shake it and bruise the vodka.
You bruise the vodka. Here's Bob Strainer.
Bob Strainer.
Oh, look at that.
I can smell it from here.
Mm. And of course, the garnish.
Voila.
Mm.
Now, do you know why they put 3 in there?
Why?
Because it's bad luck to put an even number. So it's the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
What if they give me 3, but I eat one before I actually put it in the martini? Does that count as 3?
Oh yeah, you'll have bad luck that day.
Oh, okay, I got to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
The vermouth?
It's probably the brine you put in there.
No.
No?
Because it kills the bite.
You're right.
It kills the bite of the
right.
the olive juice.
Suck it down, I'll make another.
You make that, I'm going to eat it. You want your olive?
I forgot the glass, didn't I?
You did, it's okay.
I know how much goes in there.
Another martini glass.
You have to shake that. you have more
Shake it.
than. Oh yeah. Would you like a little vodka with your olive juice? Mm-hmm. Ain't gonna fit in the glass. I will take your word for it.
Got it?
I gotta try.
Hard ride, you got to try everything.
Well, I will tell you the good news.
Yes.
It's so smooth you don't taste the vodka.
So I think we've had too many martinis.
What?
All right, Bar Dad people. Hey, don't eat your olive yet. It's not time. I have like a specific that you just.
We're eating his
But you said that's what you were going to do.
Don't eat. No. Why not take all of him?
This is why I told you I made a plaque, right? And it said, martinis are like children. One's not enough and three's too many.
Huh? Like that. Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, like that. So just be yourself. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Hey, Bar Dad people. Thanks for joining us today. Jesse, thank you.
Thank you so
Very much, my friend. I learned a great deal about vermouth, tried some new things. Again, that's what you know what the Bar Dad's all about. Trying new things, experimenting, learning, and sounding like an adult when you go up to the bar to ask what you're...
And don't be afraid to ask for what you want.
Absolutely. So, find us on Instagram, like, and subscribe on YouTube. If you have any questions, like Jesse said, if you have any questions for the Bar Dad or any of our special guests, email me at thebardad@gmail.com. On that, my friend, always remember, keep your friends close and your olives closer. Ciao.
It's the Bar Dad.